Uh, we'll start with a very basic question about what is graphic designing. Uh, it has uh, it is a large discussion about how design is and what design is. So just to understand that in a layman's term, graphic designing is one of the most powerful tool for communication. It involves the use of text, images, colors to convey messages visually. By combining these elements effectively, designers can create visually appealing designs and also informative designs. Now we'll look at some basic design principles. So, the first one, which is balance. Balance ensures that the elements are evenly distributed, creating a sense of harmony. So, when you look at this example, these are some header options for a website, the heroes that we create for our websites, right? So you can have a look at the designs, and based on clarity and visual appeal, which one do you think effectively communicates the brand message while maintaining an intuitive layout? You can like uh, answer it in the comment section and tell me which one do you guys think is more has a more intuitive layout out of these four: one, two, three, and four. Okay. So the second design, which features a handprint and tree, is something which looks more balanced. The elements in this design are more distributed more evenly, which creates a sense of harmony. This handprint, which is the focal point, is positioned centrally, and the tree complements it on the opposite side. The text is also well balanced with a clear hierarchy and alignment. On contrast, if you look at the other designs, that is one, three, or four, it sort of creates the elements, the text are positioned in a way that they create an imbalance of some nature. Uh, and also the elements adds uh, to a visual interest to some extent, but it doesn't fully counterbalance the weight which is above. The second major design principle is simplicity. Who doesn't like simple designs at the end? Which helps keep the design clutter free, focusing on essential elements. A classic example of the effectiveness of simple design is the Nike swoosh. Who doesn't know how a swoosh looks like? The iconic symbol, a mere check mark, has become one of the most recognizable brand logos across the world. Its simplicity is its strength at the end. Why, again, why do simple designs perform better? It's easy to remember, it is more adaptable to various applications. Why are companies slowly starting to make more minimalist designs? Why has Mahindra recently changed its logo? Why are companies slowly moving into a more uh, simple and a design which is in a more 2D format rather than has a 3D end to it? It doesn't get outdated too quickly. Nike has been using this logo for ages, and it still is going to use this logo for the ages to come. It is also easy to understand. You understand the whole motive behind how a brand moves, and its nature of business, how it deals with the customers, the experience that you get with a brand. Everything is in and around the design, the feel of the brand. It's also less expensive to produce and maintain. If you look at this logo, just imagine how difficult would it be if you want to carve this on a 3D print. At the end, it's simplicity which matters. In conclusion, simplicity is a powerful tool in design, and by focusing on essentials and eliminating unnecessary elements, designers can create versatile and effective designs. The third major design principle is consistency. It helps maintain a cohesive look throughout the design, enhancing a brand recognition. The text, the colors, the feel of a website, which you get right on the header, right on the logo, is something that you carry out across the page, across other platforms. Everything has to do something with the other design. That is our main aim. That is how we look at design. Now we'll move on to backgrounds. One major thing जो मैं हमेशा देखता हूँ whenever I look at the website, the beautiful website that you guys have created, is how smartly you have used the backgrounds. Again, as it is a design session, we'll come across this topic as well. So, why are backgrounds essential? They establish a context and mood for the design. If in the same situation, if I would have added a dark red color background, it would have given you a different feel. If I have used a more subtle background, maybe a white solid background, it would have given you a different feel. I have used a more uh, uh, warm background which clicks into your mind when you look at it, which makes you feel very calm. So this gives you a different feel. It also draws attention or highlights specific elements, which creates a visual hierarchy. This is a So now we'll look at one product shoot image that was done by a brand. So this is a very basic product shoot that lacks visual appeal. Okay, let's be very honest about it. When you look at it, you feel like कि क्या है ये, मतलब how has this been shot, and this doesn't, मतलब the shadows don't look good, the colors don't look good, like everything looks out of place, right? Just by replacing the background with a more sophisticated image, we can instantly elevate the product's perceived value. I hope everyone agrees to this. Just by changing the background, and how it looks like, it looks something like this, something which something which hooks the customer, something which makes the customer think twice before clicking on the cross symbol towards the corner. And also it elevates the product's perceived value and makes it more appealing to your potential customers, right? Like that is the whole point of having a product at the end, right? So let's transform your product shoot. We'll do a quick session on how you can change your product backgrounds, and how you can change your how you can beautify your backgrounds. So let's have a quick session on that. Okay, so you guys like must already be using the AI cataloging feature on the SmartBiz website to change the background. Like you are already familiar with that. So I'd like to introduce you to some of the free alternatives of the website. Uh, while they may not be that robust as SmartBiz AI, they offer a quick and easy, also a cost-effective solution for simpler tasks. So we'll go into the two basic things that you have to do to basically change the background. So you have to remove the background and then you have to add the background. It's as simple as that. So okay, we'll just go to Google and type in some product. I have seen many jewelry sellers, so let's type in jewelry, and Google gives us multiple images. Okay, there's some image that I've already maybe seen. I'll just use that. That is okay. So we'll go to Canva. So the reason behind me using Canva is it's free. Most of the features on Canva is free, and also it gives you an ample amount of templates and ample amount of freedom to just move around the design. So like let's use Canva for this session. I know there must be many design experts who use Photoshop. We also use it in house, but for this session, let's stick to Canva. We'll just choose the standard 1080 pixels cross 1080 pixels, and then okay, um, we'll just get any jewelry. Let's use something which doesn't look good. Like that is the whole aim at the end, right? So everything needs to look good. Mm, okay, maybe this. It doesn't have a white background though. So not high definition. Okay, this image. We'll save this image. And then we'll just go to Google and type remove backgrounds free. We'll get hundreds of options. These are few which I always use. So one is remove.bg. It's an amazing website. This is absolutely free. Again, as I have already mentioned, we have these tools already on the SmartBiz website. We are just looking for some alternatives that you can have. So we'll just go to the downloaded image. We'll paste it here. And this removes the background. Here, one thing that we have to like consider while downloading these images is like whenever you download these images, it gets downloaded in a .png format. One quick comparison between PNGs and JPEGs is PNG is a lossless format. It doesn't lose its clarity when you transfer a PNG file from one device to the other. It is ideal for images with a transparent background. So we basically need this product. We don't need a white background attached to it. That is the main aim. So when it is a JPEG image, it is a loosey format. So it's suitable for images with a wide range of colors, but it comes with a background. So if you download the same image with a white, like in a JPEG format, it by default downloads it in a white background, like with a white background. So that is not the intention behind like removing a background. So we'll just do that, and then the PNG format image, we'll just paste it on Canva. And on Canva, we can beautify it the way that we want. We'll add a background to this. We'll go to elements and then we'll search for something like satin product background, satin cloth background, maybe satin cloth product background. Not sure इतना लंबा सा आएगा या नहीं, but let's see. Okay, so here are multiple backgrounds that we can use. We'll just go ahead and maybe use recently use something. Okay, maybe this. And then what we have to do is we'll just stretch it to the end. Canva has a feature of even expanding the backgrounds. So if you want, like this gets cropped on top. So if you want to just expand that, you can use the expand feature on Canva, and that sort of adds in some background on top and below. Again, this is just an additional information to create a basic design, to create something which just a background. You don't really have to go deep into understanding how expansion and everything works, but yeah. So yeah, maybe I like this. Then I'll just click on done. So the background is added. Now what we'll have to do is we can go to position, layers. Layers is a format in which these images gets added. We'll just bring this on top of this. Yeah, and here what we can do is maybe we can add some shadow so that it looks slightly elevated. Increase the blur amount. We'll decrease the distance. We'll increase the size of this, and then we'll just edit this image a little bit. Let's just go with the default filters. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We'll download this image.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that's done. It is as simple as that. So again, this is not one of my best designs. I'm not very proud of this, but just to give you a feel of how simple things are, this is a way in which you can create your own. You can add a background to any kind of design that you want. You can maybe choose a rock background, and it will give you maybe hundreds of styles for a rock background. You can replace this for the background. Yeah, and maybe add this, which looks terrible by the way, but yeah. So this is how you can change backgrounds the way you want, how you want to uh, sell your product, the feel that you want to sell along with the product. Everything can be done as simple as just changing the background. You can add elements if you want. If you want to add maybe arrows to this design, for example. Here we can change the color. Just an example, and it is as simple as this. Then your product shoot is now enhanced and ready to impress your customers. uh, Here are a couple of free websites that you can use to change backgrounds. Again, like I have mentioned, the AI cataloging feature, which is on SmartBiz, which is an amazing feature just to directly change the background of images. You can go ahead and use that, but again, some free alternatives that you can also use. Now we'll look at some common background types. Solid colors. It is clean, uncluttered backgrounds which draw attention directly to the product, making it the primary focus point. Solid colors can also reinforce the brand's identity and create a cohesive visual experience. They can be used to create a variety of moods, from professional to serious to playful and fun. Um, then, image as a background. Background images can provide context about the product's use or environment, creating a more immersive experience. Evoking emotions through imagery can also help customers connect with the product on a more personal level, right? Also, intricate or visually appealing backgrounds can make the product more engaging and memorable. um, if for example you use some sort of uh, lotion on your skin, and it's a background which has a more cool and breezy feel to it, by default, uh, your mind tunes into that feel of having the lotion, which is very cool and calm and soothing to your skin as well, right? So this is a trick which is used by brands to elevate their products. Then gradients. Gradients are by far the most popular type of backgrounds. Uh, gradient sort of like pitched in when pop was in trend. It adds a more modern and contemporary feel to product images. They can also create a sense of depth and dimension, making the product appear more three dimensional. Right? Whatever you keep in front of a gradient, even if it's a 2D image, it gives you a feel of having it in a 3D structure. By the way, this is a 2D image. We just added some shadows to it and see how great it looks just with a gradient background. Then we have pattern background. Pattern background can be used to reinforce brand's identity or create a specific aesthetic. They add texture and visual interest to the product image, making it more engaging. Some tips to choose the right background: avoid overly complex backgrounds that can distract your main message. Also ensure that the background provides enough contrast for the foreground elements for readability. Like, it is essential, right? If I add a background on top of this share, obviously the user won't be able to read anything, and the whole purpose of creating this design goes into waste. Also experiment with different backgrounds to see what works best for your design, what doesn't. And remember that background should enhance your design and not uh, overpower it or complicate it. uh, Choose a background that complements your content and also helps you achieve your desired visual effect. um, Now we look at, okay, we have some questions: how to add model images. I've seen websites with models wearing jewelry. Uh, okay, so the thing which happens with model images, it uh, if you are doing an in-house product shoot or a shoot, you can capture the faces of people and use it as it is. लेकिन अभी ऑनलाइन कहीं से भी वी कैन नॉट पिक अप एनी टाइप ऑफ इमेज दैट वी वांट एंड use it right on our platform. So there are stock websites where you can purchase an image or take a subscription of stock. uh, like maybe use Adobe stock. I'm really sorry. Okay, we can go to Adobe stock and then just model, mail, anything. So with this we can download the model images and then add products to it. If you want to add your product on this model, those are called mocks. So for mocks also, you there are multiple paid subscriptions that you can take if you want your product to be on the model. So see, in a straight face model, for example, like this, it is easier to add a jewelry or any kind of accessory that you want. It's easy. But when it is slightly complicated as an image, for example like this, so it is slightly tricky to add an image on top of this. In that case, there are mock websites. So if I just type in jewelry mock up, there are multiple things which are going to come. So here you'll have to download this. This downloads as a PSD in a PSD format. You'll have to go to Photoshop and then just put your product in the place of this, which is a placeholder. You just have to put your products, and it is as simple as that. Like, it just does your work of do we get such model for baby wear? Yeah, you get this for like multiple options. Like, yeah, maybe we'll have to search a little bit. The niche of models wearing jewelry is slightly thin, I would say. So we'll have to dig a little deep into knowing the websites which help you with this. everything can be done from scratch on Photoshop. So you can do everything from scratch. But if you want an easier method, download a mock. There are thousands of websites which give you mocks. Just download any mock that you want and you can do that. Also, if I want to just show you how easy mocks work, I'll just do a mobile mockup. I'll just download a mobile mockup. So I'll just search in mobile mockup, and then I'll go here. Okay, let's download this in a PSD format. Okay. So this is just a way in which you can work around with mocks. I downloaded this mock. Just change it to a PSD format. Open this mock. Here you have an option. So this is a smart image. Again, this is sort of an elevated version of the design session that we are already taking. So this is slightly more complex, but yeah, if you want to hear this session, then it's fine. So this is a smart image. Okay, so this entire thing is a smart image. So how smart images work, we'll double click on it. This opens this page, and whatever content we want to put inside this, maybe this. So we'll just paste it here.
Sorry, Swayam, I think your video just froze. Let me know if anyone else is also facing the same issue.
No, it's clearly visible.
Is it visible to everyone?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Phone mock-up screen.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll just paste in this image, then we'll go to the original file, and it adds in directly. So this is how mocks work. So for jewelry also you have multiple mockups. For websites, for entire PC screens you have mockups. So you can download any sort of mockup. For jewelry also there must be many. Again, like, I'm not very aware of the websites which have jewelry mockups, but yeah, for sure you'll be able to find multiple websites which sell you or have a free download of jewelry mockups as well. Okay, we'll roll back to our design session. Where were we? Cool. Colors. Colors play like the most important role in design. Colors are everything, I would say. Uh, Someone who doesn't understand design at all and understand colors can take up my job because it is so important. They can enhance the overall aesthetic, set the mood, and even influence how viewers perceive your content. I can take your design, I can just put into any random color, and your whole brand view changes with that. It is so dangerous, I would say. So when choosing backgrounds, when choosing colors for your design, there are several key factors to keep in mind. So let's start by thinking about the purpose of design. So for example, if you are showcasing a product, use a clean and minimalist background which can help keep the focus on what is important. On the other hand, when creating informational graphics, for example, it is better to choose a more subtle color that won't distract the main content. If your goal is to set a specific mood or emotion, then choose a color that aligns with the feeling that you want to evoke. We'll let's Google stuff. um, okay, let's go to Pinterest and maybe just ignore my searches. We will just do design. Okay, when you look at this design, for example, it gives a very playful feel to it, right? Whenever you look at this, you immediately want to know more about this. When you look at this sort of design, this is more of an informational side because of the colors which have been used. It gives you a more intellectual feel to it. It has a more intellectual feel to it. When you look at this sort of a design, it's more free and flowing. The question marks, the elements which are used on it, gives you uh, the mark of uh, like how you want to explore the website. uh, your inquisitiveness sort of sparks here. So colors, like these are all the this is all the game of colors. So next thing about colors, your target audience. Younger generation often resonate with more vibrant and trendy backgrounds. I speak like an old man from 70s, please ignore me, but uh, more like professionals may prefer a more sophisticated and minimalist approach. So whatever your brand is selling to whomever it is selling, we use colors to focus on our customers at the end. So changing, tweaking few things here and there makes a large impact. Finally, remember that colors also uh, showcase your brand identity. It should be consistent with your brand colors, typography, and overall aesthetic. It reinforces and builds brand recognition for your brand. To give a small example, again, we'll just go to Canva, we'll create a new page, and then we'll use a text box. Let's use Leak Spartan as our font and type in anything that we want. Okay, let's use Anton. Uh, hey there. Background white. Hey there, to be in pink. It's a different feeling, it's a different mood. We'll change the background color. We'll change the background color to red and then use a black color text or maybe a white color text. I can see people are already leaving the meeting. So that is how colors impact. That is how color forces you to think a particular type of emotion. Maybe this is an angry emotion that a person has. If we change the color to maybe purple, this gives you a different feel. If it is violet, it gives you a different feel. If it is green, if it gives you a different feel. So this is how colors impact the overall design. Now we look at the creation of headers for listing. Again, as I like when I started the session, I said that when I have looked at the headers that you guys have created for your website, it's absolutely amazing the kind of creativity that you have put. However, you have made the website, whichever tool you have used, it looks great. We'll just now look at few questions that I have got from the seller side and also few issues that you guys face while creating these headers. Just give me a second, guys. Okay. You let's take maybe 5 minutes to quickly look at some questions if you guys are having. Just put it in the message box and let me just see what questions do you guys have before we start with the creation of headers part. Cool. um Okay. So this is SmartBiz website. We'll go to website appearance. Uh, So one issue that that I've always seen whenever I see a website is that the image sort of cuts or uh, huh. So just a second. Okay, so SmartBiz provides many templates that we can use uh, to create your website. So let's look at one of them and go over the steps that we need to follow to design a website. Let's use Limelight for now. Try theme. Okay, so this is the header. Let's look at the creation of headers. So we'll go to hero. Um, this is the hero slide. So here, what we have to look at when we want to create the image or the graphic for this header is what is the dimension of this header, because usually what happens is whenever I've seen headers created by you guys on websites, it looks amazing, it looks great, but it usually crops in the corners, like on the corners or on one side, or it sort of breaks in. So to avoid that, we'll have to look at the dimension of this header. So it says that the dimension is 1440 cross 540 pixels. So easy, we'll go to Canva, we'll go to create design, we'll go to custom size. It's 1440 cross 540 pixels, and then create design. We can choose any template that we want, uh, and maybe use this for example. You can change anything that you want here. You can change these images, you can change the text, you can change the background color, and maybe then change these images inside this, and then we'll download this. So our first task of creation of a header just by using a template has been done. So we'll just go to this website, sorry, the SmartBiz site, and then we'll click on upload image. Then we'll just upload this image, and it's done. To preview this, we'll have to save this, save it as design session 1. We'll just save this as a draft, and then we'll preview this. This looks decent, good on a website view, but when we look at this, how it looks on a mobile view, the whole experience just goes into waste, right? So why does this happen? This happens majorly because of the fact that the image breaks on one side. When viewing the desktop version of these headers, the center part of the header is what typically remains visible, while the rest of the content might be cropped or hidden. To ensure a seamless experience across all devices, make sure that your key callouts and important elements are on the center of the header. This way, they won't be disrupted or lost when the site is viewed on mobile version. So we'll create another header. Here we'll use, let's create a header for dog shampoos. We'll change the color, we'll go to elements, and then we'll search for dogs, and then we can take in any PNG dog image that we want. We'll take this cute dog and we'll keep it in the center. We'll add a little bit of background shadow. Then we'll add a text. And maybe bring this behind, just enlarge this a little bit. And if you want to add any elements, we can do pause. Okay, now and then we download this. Again, because of time constraint, we are just hurrying into creation of headers which don't look amazing, but yeah, we download this. We'll go to, where did that go? Okay, we'll create one more design. Okay, when we preview this design, the header looks good. When we view it on mobile view, it's okay. We can shrink this text a little more. This gives you an understanding about how much text you need to have, what is the dimension in which you need to have that text, and how much do you have to shrink, or maybe you have to expand, or how it has to work. Whenever you are creating a header, the most important part is when you add a new slide or a new header, you need to be aware of the dimension that you have to create the header with. The second hero slide comes with a dimension of 960 cross 540. So when you go to Canva and then you create a new design, you have to go to custom size and you have to type in the width and the height which is mentioned on the website. With this, you can ensure that you won't be facing the issue of images getting cropped on one side, or text not being visible, or some things just fall out of your laptop screen. So everything stays in one place. And you add another slide, and it also has four images. So four images with what sizes? It is 480 cross 270. You go to Canva, you again create the same design, same instruction that you have to follow. You go to custom design, you have to type in this numbers, which are the dimensions, and then download those images, paste it here. It is as simple as that. Here you also have this option to change the text, change the heading, change the subtitle, and a lot of other things. Uh, about us section is enabled. Here also it gives you the option of adding a background image. Background image of what size? It is 1440 cross 500. Again, same set of instructions that you have to follow. Go to Canva, go to create design, go to custom size, type in these sizes, and then you create a design which looks great for this sort of a design. Okay, we'll go back to the design session and creating graphics for Instagram post and stories, something that we'll just quickly cover. I think I'm taking too much time. Okay, so here on Canva you can just search for Instagram post where, okay, I have typed in the wrong spelling for Instagram. Okay, and then we'll choose any type of template that I want. Again, few things to consider before clicking on the templates. One is colors, the other one is your brand identity, if that particular design resonates with your brand identity or not. If it is a more serious look and feel that your brand gives, it would be better if you use that side of style. If it gives you a more subtle and enhanced balanced feel, you have to use that set of templates. You click on any type of design that you want. Maybe this. I'm not sure if we have real estate sellers here, but yeah. So you can change this image, you can change this image, you can change the text, you can change the font if you want. You can change the font and everything in between basically. So with this you can create your Instagram posts, you can add your brand logo. If okay, if this is my brand logo for example, I can just add it to the corner and everything speaks for itself after that. Okay, now we'll look at few questions that you guys have. Feel free to ask anything that comes to your mind. I'll stop sharing my screen now and just start taking questions.
Hey everyone, if you have any questions now or even after this session, you can add your questions either to the WhatsApp group or reach out to your personal AMs. After this call, we will also circulate a sheet with you where you can give us the feedback and you can also write in if you have any other questions remaining. We will get back to you. Thank you, Swayam, for taking this session. This was really helpful. And yeah, for everyone else, do let us know how you felt the session, and if you have any other doubts, we can address that in the next session. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for your participation. We love this session.